Hi everyone, Sarah from Sarah Homfray Embroidery. Today we have a cat in the way. It's gone. We are going to look at how to start and finish your embroidery threads. So we're actually remaking this video. We have done this video before and it is quite a popular one, but it's still a question I get asked a lot is why are you doing that, not why are you doing those 2 small stitches when you start your thread off. So I'm going to show you that method today because it's a brilliant one to use and it's nice and neat and tidy. There's no knots on the back, there's no knots on the front, and your work's going to look super neat and tidy. So it is a great one to learn. So I'm going to show you on this little design here. This is free on the free stuff page of our website. If you want to have a go at this little acorn and oak leaf, there'll be a link in that for that in the description below this video if you want to download that and have a little go at this design. So you need to make a knot in the end of your thread. Now I do have a video on waist knot, what it is and how to make a knot in the thread. You can check that out. I'll put that up at the end of this video. But basically any way you want to make a knot's absolutely fine. That's a waist knot. It's going to get wasted. We're going to cut it off later, so it doesn't matter what it looks like. So I'm going to stitch up this side of my leaf here. So I'm going to start down here, stitch upwards. So I'm going to place my knot out of the way. I'm going to put it over here. It's going to get cut off later. So out of the way of stitching so you're not fighting with that. And then I'm going to do these 2 little stitches. So these are the little stitches. People say, why are you doing those tiny little stitches? So this will secure the thread while you start stitching. So if you just do a little back stitch, tiny little one, and you'll notice I'm doing it on the line that I'm stitching on because it's going to get covered, so make sure you do it on a design line. If you're filling in a whole area you could put them in the middle, but it's easier to put it on a line, then you don't have to think about that. So 2 little stitches close together, little back stitches, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to start my actual stitching. That knot's out of the way, I'm not fighting with the knot, and I can just come along and stitch right over those 2 little stitches. So just tiny stitches. Doesn't matter what stitch you're using, as long as you've done those on that design line that you're going to cover, you won't see them. So I've covered one, I'm going to cover a second one. And that's covered those up, and I've started my thread, so that's quite nice and secure. So I could cut that knot off if I wanted to at this point, but I'm just going to keep stitching them in the rhythm. And we can cut that knot off later. So I'm going to go a little bit further up and then I'll show you how you can finish that thread. So I'm going to finish this thread now. Presume that I'm running out and I need to start a new thread off because I haven't got enough left. So I'm going to finish that stitch. It's a chain stitch. I'm just going to take it through to the back. And now I need to finish that. Now I can either weave it through on the back, which I'll show you in a second, or I can do those 2 little stitches again. Little back stitch, really tiny ones right on that line. You can hardly see those, and then I can bring it back to the top, and then I can cut that off. That's nice and flush there, no knots. Then I can bring my next thread in, which has also got a knot on the end. So I start this exactly the same way. I can put my knot, I could put my knot over there, it's out of the way. I could put it up here, which I think I'll do that. Again on a line, just make sure it's away from where you're stitching. You can do a little stitch there. That was a forward one. Let's do backwards one. A back stitch is a little bit more secure, but to be honest they both work quite well. See my 2 little stitches there. I can carry on with that stitch there, just come up where I finished, carry on stitching. So now I've got 4 little stitches to cover, but that's absolutely fine. We just keep stitching over those, pretend they're not there. And then that will be really secure. I've done my 2 little stitches and I'm stitching over them, so they're not going to come undone. I'm just going to work my way towards that knot. When I get near to the knot I can cut that off, so I'll just cover this stitch as well. And this is for any stitch, it's not just for chain stitch, it's just I happen to be demonstrating the chain stitch. So I've got near to my knot now, so I can cut that off. So I'm just going to pull that up. Do that so you can see it. Pull that up tightly. Snip it off. Got no knots on the front, no knots on the back. My thread's really nice, secure, and I'm stitching with it. And I can just carry on now. So I've reached the end now. I've met my other stitching, so I'm going to take that through to the back. Now you can see I don't have the space to do the two little small finishing stitches. I'm going to actually finish it on the back. What you can do if you want to, if you're working on a big frame and it was a bit of a hassle to turn the frame over and get underneath, you can do two small stitches just right underneath those. If I slant that needle out like that, and then I can come out, I'll actually do that, show you. And then I can slant it back in underneath those stitches, and I'm doing those two finishing stitches, but they're going to disappear under that stitching there and you can't see them. So that's one way to do it if you've got a big frame and it's a bit unwieldy to turn it over, but I'm just going to turn this one over now and show you how to finish that thread on the back of your stitching. So this is the back of my work. You can see there's no knots. It's really nice and neat and tidy. It's really lovely. And then just to finish this thread on the back, comes out of the fabric at this point here, and I'm just going to take it underneath some of those stitches I've already stitched, so nearby to where it's come out. I'm just going to go round and round those few stitches. Don't need to go that far. That's probably enough, and then I'll just do one more to finish it. I'll go underneath there, and I'm going to come inside that loop. There's a little loop there. My thread's inside. If I pull that tightly, that will just clamp that down. If you want to go under one more for good luck, you can. That's really secure. That is not coming undone. And then you can cut that little end off right close to your stitching. There's the little end from my waist knot. I can cut that off if I want to. And then look how neat and tidy that is. And I just want to show you the back of a piece if you use this throughout and how neat and tidy it is on the back. So this is our little project that we made out of our inspiration pack, doing a little bit of creative embroidery. That was fun. Do go and check that one out if you haven't seen that one. But I'm going to show you the back of that one so you can see how tidy this one is all the way throughout. I've used that little starting knot and the two stitches and cut the knot off and finish it by weaving underneath, and it's really nice on the back, really nice and neat and tidy, no surprises going on there, nothing's going to come undone. So really great way to start and finish the threads. So I hope you found that helpful, and you're going to have a little go at that way of starting and finishing your threads off. If you want to see how to do the waist knot, that video is up here. And if you want to know why it's important to keep the back of your work nice and neat and tidy, you can check out this video down here. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you next time.